100-minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this is Jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more Modesto. Hit your throw and I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Put numbers on.
Well, there is a definite chill in the Northern California air, Coach, but still a wonderful afternoon for football at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Green Bay Packers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Oh, he shifts past him. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll be out right at the 35. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
It's second and inches.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
You don't see me in your nightmares, son. You go to the 50. Hey, you block over here.
Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. Past the 20. Touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And they're able to strike first here on their opening drive. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
49ers nothing. Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
A big play there for the Niners. 41 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll run with a former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All day, every day, any day.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Blue 80, Blue 80, Blue 80.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are back within a single score. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Matt Breida with his 16th touchdown of the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Andrew Billings able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now it's Rodgers, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a first down.
Every time, it's a set. Come on, fellas.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go, team. Let's go.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Hall. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Now Rodgers looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is taken at the 18. A tremendous return there, 39 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready, go, ready, go, ready.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go.
On 1st down, here's Breida. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Come on, boy. Mickey one, son. Don't be scared of it. Let him go.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Ryan, that's going to be caught by Samuel. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. I'm here all day. I'm here all day. Showing it,
58. What is that?
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
24.
On 3rd down, Ryan. Goodwin able to haul it in. That's the first catch of the game for Goodwin. It's a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
54, Mike. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
This is Breida. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat. He's got daylight. The 40, 20, 10 for touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry by Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Be a long day for you. Watch this. All right. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Now a give right side. It's Grant. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Corey Grant, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time, John? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
From the 36, Ryan. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game. Now a give coming right is Breida. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe it's under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quan Alexander in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Hey, check.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. 49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down.
Cut. 54's Mike. Check.
Rodgers going to throw. He's got Adams on the hookup. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. The Packers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Rodgers now to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And just 25 seconds to go in the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Spike 3, 218, chopper.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
It's just me and
They'll toss it to Breida. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Here's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive 1 of quarter 3.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. An ideal beginning of the drive there is they'll get 20 and a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a draw play. This is Jones. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
They'll go again to Jones. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one covers 29 yards, 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
2nd and goal at the 49ers 7-yard line.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Running right, Jones. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
I know you feel it.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half, you're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now Rodgers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Quan Alexander in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Bryant's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
21, 39.
Throwing again. Ryan. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Returnable for Grant. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Back north.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4. Aaron Rodgers, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks last year. That's the most he's had in one season in his entire career, and he's going to need another one right now. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
18, inside.
Right here, right here. Rush in, rush in, rush in. Jim. I got motion, man. Me, I got this.
On second down, it's Jones, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A gain of 13, it's a first down. Now, yes, a two-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right, they did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a two-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8, now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And now look at him go. The 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Breida, he'll try the right side. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Niners take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Jones. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. He's going to loft one deep. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a score closer. When you're trailing in the 4th quarter, you got to take some chances you might not normally take, and here, that one pays off big time.
And you have to think to yourself, not only did that pay off big time for them, but what was going on the opposite side of the ball? They know that they have to take a chance here. They know they have to come up with something big, yet it still happens. So credit the execution, but wonder what the defense was doing.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 36.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Give the sack to Blake Martinez.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing.
Right there, 54.
3rd and 2, now Ryan. And able to haul it in is Kittle. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run again with Breida, and he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Ryan. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Adrian Amos, the safety, able to make the play.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turns into a nice play.
so they settle for just the 3. But clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off. But they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
The Niners take over first down.
At 25.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now it's Breida. And an alley to run. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 18 yards, first down Niners. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the 49ers, they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And they'll hit the road next week to